Hey guys, you got Mark here. I'm here with Asaf from Addressable. Can you tell me a little bit about what Addressable is?
Yeah, Addressable helps companies in this space acquire users. The biggest challenge is everybody is anonymous. In exchanges, wallets, games, gambling are struggling to find these anonymous users. So we match wallet owners from the blockchain with who they are behind that to help companies in a space understand and reach out to their target audiences using advertisements.
So dive in a little bit more as to like how you're able to identify who these anonymous users are. Because if I have a wallet and I haven't connected my socials to it, how are you going about finding out who it is that's connected to these wallets?
Yeah, so we're collecting data at a huge scale about more than 1 billion wallets and 400 million social accounts and trying to match in what's behind that. With the core promise of we want to help companies in this space grow effectively by fully understanding their target audiences, where they're coming from, what they're owning on chain, what do they care about, who influences them on social media.
Gotcha. So like if I've got some assets in my wallet and I make posts about it on Twitter, or I talk about, these collections that I have, or say I got a pudgy penguin and I put that as my PFP, those are pretty good indicators that that's my wallet and you're able to connect those dots.
That's a great example. We have a wide variety of methods and we have a very strict methodology of how we're clearing this out. Yeah, but with the ultimate goal of purely understanding the space and helping companies grow.
Gotcha. And are you able to utilize stuff like Discord as well and other social media platforms, not just Twitter?
Of course, it's ever growing. The users are mainly on crypto Twitter. That's one of the biggest channels in the space. But they're also going on Discord. They're also going on channels like TikTok and every other places. We want to be where the audience is at to help companies acquire them correctly.
I like that. And I think about, as I'm hearing you say this, I think about, maybe these anonymous wallets are kind of hard to identify. But then I think about, in these, especially in the gaming sector, when they do a whitelist or a giveaway or there's a contest and there's a prize and they ask you in the Discord, hey, drop your wallet here so we can tell who you are, so we can get you your rewards, and you go in there and you put your wallet, bam, you just identified this is my wallet, this is who I am. Are you able to pull that data as well?
It's super interesting that you're asking about that. I think Web3 gaming was one of the key use cases that we bumped into right from the start. 3 years ago when we got started, Immutable working on Gods on Chain was one of the prominent use cases for us. And for them, they launched Gods on Chain, but who's even playing that on chain? What do we know about them? What do we know about players that are playing other similar trading card games on the blockchain? So we went with a huge PR on that, but I think that kind of symbolizes the full challenge of that. Marketing is about using the data that you can collect, better understanding your target audiences and how you can reach out to them. So definitely Web3 gaming, a big use case.
Absolutely, and that helps with market analysis, your daily active users. I'm sure this will be able to, help filter out bot accounts as opposed to real active users who actually, obviously if you can connect a wallet to a gamer and you can see all the different games that they're playing versus, just a bunch of random accounts that have one thing in it are most likely probably bots. So this would probably help with a lot of the market analysis with a lot of these launches. So it's a very interesting story. Can you tell me a little bit about where the idea came from? You're one of the co-founders with them. So what made you guys decide, hey, we want to build this? It sounds like a great idea. Where did that come from?
So the background of the entire founding team, myself and my fellow two co-founders, we built big data applications in both government, public sectors, publicly exchanged company as well, which was always circling around collecting insights about people and better understanding profiles. And when we got to the blockchain space, I personally fell in love with that through academia. I was doing my master's and my PhD on blockchain data analytics. We saw it as a huge opportunity to help this space grow. We realized that a lot of companies don't have a good understanding of the users. And for us, that was a true mission to help the space.
Absolutely. I absolutely love it. So we're here at ConsenSys. I got to ask you, it's been pretty popular. There's people everywhere. It was like a long line to get in. Like everybody was psyched about it. What's the best thing that you've seen? Like what's got you the most excited about ConsenSys so far?
I think one of the points that I'm most excited about is I think the industry is maturing. I think that from a lot of discussion about how do we launch our token, how do we create the hype, I think that with a bit of a down market, you see more mature companies thinking more wisely about how do we build a sustainable businesses? Some of them are even willing to say the R word about revenue. How are we scaling? How are we going to be here for 5 to 10 years from now? How are we going to get more users? And I personally, I really like that. I'm a huge believer in the blockchain space. Have been co-authoring papers about blockchain since 2016. And I'm so happy to see the industry evolving with that. I'm a huge believer.
Awesome, I love that. So what does Addressable hope to get out of being here at ConsenSys this year?
So we're meeting here a lot of existing clients that we work with, a lot of partners, a lot of new people that we're looking to work with. Ultimately, it's a lot about learning the new insights about what helps companies grow. We recently launched a growth metric for crypto that's called cost per wallet, which tracks what does it actually cost to acquire wallet owners to visit your website. And we're super intrigued to hear how different people see growth in the space and where we can be helpful with that.
Absolutely, I totally love it. I appreciate you, my man. Asaf, I look forward to seeing you guys again next year, and enjoy this, man.
100%. Thank you so much for having me, Mark.
Absolutely.
Stay untamed with BC Game and make a prediction today and use code Genzio.
Hey, what's up?
But it's not something Genzio is afraid of.
If you want to survive, you got to build a house.
Ladies and gentlemen.
Rebecca's Genzio Media House.
Awesome. Thanks so much for joining us today.